You got to time your pukes. Do I want to allow audio playback? Well, obviously, but don't allow audio. There you are. Okay.
Well, I kept saying, it's your damn settings. Allow it.
And I thought I did going in.
Uh-huh.
But do you know how it is? It's just the same little, like, why can't everything just work the same? I open up Chrome, which is the only thing I use on the Mac for voice over IP. I don't use Chrome for anything else. I just have
I use Edge for everything on both computers. Never had an issue.
See, I just like to have Chrome separate so that way I don't accidentally, if I went to go check something, well, now it just totally rebooted the, why did that reboot? That was weird.
What?
My whole, the Zencastr screen rebooted. Did I?
Yeah. Yeah. That's because I started recording.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
I didn't say you could record me. We never made this. Since when are we recording these?
I mean, I know that these are just phone calls between you and me, but I've heard other people talking about them, so I figured I'd get a record myself.
Yeah, it's very weird. But I figured if I had one browser, that way I don't accidentally open something mid-show and then start playing like a YouTube video, and then that audio would bleed through. So we are highly trained professionals.
And I've got both Firefox and Edge for that same reason. But
there are so many browsers now.
And of course Safari is built in, so you can't even get rid of that. But I just find that Edge seems to be the one that, I don't know. It works. Everything works in Edge. Yes. So yesterday, dude named Ben and I recorded using, we're trying stuff, right? So we once again tried using Cleanfeed, and once again in the middle of the show, he cut out. So I think I'm giving up on Cleanfeed, and we're going to keep using Zencastr.
I think you do sound a little different. There must be some processing that Cleanfeed does.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So which I think it kind of does a little noise reduction or something.
It does something, but the main reason I started using, because we were recording using Zencastr like 3 years ago for just good old boys, and you and I were, I think, as well, because it was free.
Zencastr was free, right?
They went to and by the way, now that COVID's over, we're going to start charging everybody, and that was the end of that. But that was, I think the last recording I had was from 2 years ago, and I logged into it just out of curiosity, and I noticed that they only charge for doing video stuff.
Right, because that's all the bandwidth, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So you video people, no. Yeah. Audio.
Including taking out uhs and ums.
Well, okay, now that's a pretty good deal right there. For those that want it, we don't, but for those that want it. No, because
we don't say uhs and ums at all.
Well, I want to know how good, this I guess is an AI thing at this point, how good is the ability to differentiate between those kind of noises and something like in the middle of a word, like if somebody goes, amazing, is that going to cut out and you're going to just be left with amazing? It's an
That's a good question. I wonder, I guess we'll find out because I'm recording.
See, it's like find out, because otherwise you're like, well, I can't, you're going to confuse people. It's going to sound worse.
Well, and that's the interesting thing. And I'll send you, obviously you can post the recording you're doing yourself, but I will send you the link or file to the recording it does, because it will also do a sound check thing. And the biggest, I think, advantage of Zencastr originally, which I think maybe other stuff does this too now, was that Zencastr were the first ones to do local recording.
Correct.
Which means if you have a network blurb in the middle of your hiccup, in the middle of your recording session, you will hear it live, but at the end of the session, it uploads and combines everybody's local files. And so there is no degradation of sound. There's no going Cylon on this thing.
Right. And that happened on the last Planet Rage. Larry was having some issues, and that would have fixed that, assuming. And the last time I checked, this was probably, like you said, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, even after Zencastr, and there were a few others that all said, no, we have totally fixed the audio drift problem. Well, they hadn't. So if they finally have that fixed, because I would rather have a little Cyloning than all of a sudden what you're saying is 2 seconds later in the audio than it should have been. And people don't realize how quickly that totally screws the audio for a show.
It starts getting weird when people are both quiet and then they're both talking and they're both quiet again.
Right. What are they doing? Are they high? Maybe. It's audio drift.
Yeah.
Editing that is no fun. Yeah.
Well, not if you only have one channel. If you have both channels, which that's, again, another nice thing is you can do 2 channels on Zencastr, independent channels, even on the free mode, then it's fixable that way as well. But it's obviously better not to have to fix anything.
And it's really amazing with the amount of bandwidth that we have that you still have audio problems on occasion with the Cyloning and the band. I understand.
Well, we have bandwidth, but we also have a hell of a lot of porn moving around the internet.
True. And it's all trying to take up our space.
Well, or maybe we're taking up its space.
Maybe.
We're just a little
We're not. We're just a little bitty amount. We're just a little bit of audio running through. Whether it's compressed, whether it's encrypted. The tech, it's amazing it works at all. It really is. So,
it is. It is amazing tech.
Cleanfeed has been really solid for me. We've never had, at least as far as me and co-hosts, have never had the problem that you and Ben, never had the problem that Dvorak and Curry. So I don't know. There's like a blessed version of Cleanfeed that I run. I
think we have a direct connection from Chicago to Austin.
That may be too.
What it comes down to.
That may be too. There's a backbone, so it's a much.
Well, I'm on AT&T. So if AT&T has a big node in Chicago, which probably does.
I'm sure they do, yeah.
It probably just never leaves AT&T until it gets to your house.
And I can't wait until they get the fiber run in our neighborhood. They're starting the jobs now. And I believe it's they actually have 2 competing fiber companies coming in, which I can't even imagine why. But maybe that'll be good for pricing.
Yeah.
But the one Pavlov, which started out, I mean, it's a great story because it started out at one of the colleges in Southern Illinois with a couple of nerds that
Urbana?
went to. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Urbana has been at the forefront of the internet since the 70s, dude.
And there were dudes trying to wire up external buildings and stuff. And they were doing that in college, and then they just start doing it as a gig. And that's how this company started up. And they offer, and I'm hoping, I mean, I know it's ridiculous, and I'll probably just get it for a few months or a year and then be like, this is too much money. But they have 8 gig up and down a plan.
Ooh,
I know. It's like, that's faster than I can. My NAS, I only have a 1 gig connection to right now.
Yeah. I know that was my issue too. And that's why I stopped using the NAS basically, is because shit, it's too slow.
Right. I can
get it. That's why I just got the USB-C non-network storage that's using all SSD now. We talked about it.
Yeah, it is. Well, and I was thinking to myself as I looked at the price of Bitcoin, I really should have bought my NAS right when I bought my Mac. That's when I took some crypto, bought
before it went down.
I bought the M4, and it was like $3,600. I put the crypto in. That's when it was at 116,000. Now it's at 85, and I'm like, you mothers.
No, you're not going to sell anything now.
No, at least I got it. So I feel good about when I bought the Mac. We went to the high end. It didn't get. We always like, oh, it's going to go higher, man.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, it probably will. But how long is it going to take to get there? Remember, crypto is inversely related to what people think about the economy,
which is very weird. It shouldn't have any.
The more the crypto goes up, the worse people's feelings about the future.
But it should be flying right now. They're like, the economy's horrible, man.
Economy is anything but horrible. The economy is
but I'm saying
it's been since before COVID.
Saying what people are saying.
Yeah, well, people are morons
because they they equate what they're paying at the grocery store, which is still very much in flux.
Well, we had inflation, and Ben Shapiro went over this. He drew a graph on a napkin to illustrate the point. It's like people are morons. Okay, we all agree on that. He says, okay, here's inflation under Trump before Biden, and it's a slight uphill line. Here's inflation during Biden. It's a 45-degree angle line going up. And now here's inflation back under Trump. It's a flatter line than it was under Trump the first time.
Yes,
but yet everyone's like, but eggs are still expensive.
Well, eggs
it's never coming down. We're not going to have deflation. There's no way in hell that we're ever going to have deflation. So whatever went up, however much it went up, is how much it's going to be up. You just have to reset to the new normal. It means everyone has to go in and just say, look, the cost of living is 10%, so my raise should be whatever is above 10%.
11.
Yeah, well, if it's 11, it's still 11.
Right, you're still above.
It's better that you're ahead of the curve at 11.
Eggs have come down. I mean, from when they were $10,
down $5 now, man.
Right now, the 2 dozen pack that I buy, $4.59 for 2 dozen.
Yeah, and the 1 dozen that I buy is the exact same price.
Well, that's Austin pricing for you.
Yeah, it's Austin pricing. Yeah.
And there are still some things that are way up, like the Dietz and Watson turkey breast that I'd like to get. It's the healthier, no salt added one. Although it's the same price for all the Dietz and Watson, so it doesn't matter which one. It was like $13.49 a pound this week. I'm like, fuck you for turkey breast. Yeah,
for turkey. Yeah, oof.
But you could buy like a whole turkey for like 89 cents a pound if you want to make a big frozen turkey. Ham is always that way.
I watched a video last night, and because Ben and I don't know how it came up, but somehow we were talking about OnlyFans.
Oh, you and Ben, I can't believe you were talking about OnlyFans. That's so far outside of your...
Because we were talking about living in Houston. That's what it was. And then I asked Ben if he knew some streamer chick, and he's like, "No, I have no idea who that is." I'm like, "Well, come on, you can't say you don't know anybody." And he's like, "Well, I know that one chick that lives in Houston. I don't remember her name, Amaranth." I was like, yeah, Amaranth. Everybody knows Amaranth. She's very friendly. Well, now you do. I just sent you a link. So anyway, this was fascinating. I don't know if you recognize the guy in the image on the left. You may not get him in your feeds, but
no, he looks like Brian Brushwood, but gay.
Kinda, and fat, gay and fat. But he lives here in Austin. He does a show where it's called, I think, The Financial Audit. He basically has other streamers on, other YouTuber people on, to go through their finances and mostly tell them, what the hell are you doing? You're an idiot. I can't believe you're spending $1,000 a month on takeout food, which is what he told me. But anyway,
right. I was like, this would be low for you. You're like, no, that's a week, 1,000 a week. I want to correct the record.
Oh my God. Anyway, but they actually go through receipts. It's an interesting program. He's been growing his show. It's one of the few sort of non-politics and non-video game and non-hot girl related shows that's actually growing, because I think people are enjoying the content. Where of a guy kind of berating people, a guy with some kind of background in finance, but not a whole lot. Think of like Nathan For You meets an accountant.
I don't know who Nathan For You is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Seriously?
I don't watch anything beyond. I watch Dig Nation, so I'm still stuck in the 30.
You watch HBO?
No.
That's why you don't know who Nathan For You is.
No, I don't watch HBO. We do have
it is a
Paramount
hilarious show.
We have Paramount Plus. So I watch
He's on there as well. He's on there as well. You can watch him on there.
Billy Bob Thornton, season 2
Billy
just
Bob's
started of
pretty good.
Landman.
Oh, don't tell me. I haven't started watching it yet.
Well,
I definitely want to watch that.
No spoilers. There's only one episode, and it was already announced that the ultimate cowboy is now in there as Billy Bob's father, the guy.
Who's the ultimate cowboy?
Sam Elliott.
Ford?
Sam Elliott.
Oh, Sam Elliott. Of course. What am I thinking? Yeah. He is the grand cowboy.
Yes.
Yes. The voice. You should have just said the voice. I would have known who you mean.
A
guy who I can't understand any word he's saying because it's below audible pitch.
Like Larry, right?
But at the same time, he looks great. So he must be saying good things.
Sam Elliott and Larry doing a interview would just be like,
exactly.
Dolphins.
There's a slight vibration to the room, but other than that,
it's all you get.
Hear anything?
It's all you get. So that'll be interesting. But see, I really my YouTube watching is going up slightly.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm so much.
How's your vision, by the way? Because my dad's vision is starting to get worse and worse.
It's holding pretty steady, and I need to go
That's good.
to the regular eye doctor too, because I haven't swapped glasses in like 10 years because the vision is bad enough where I'm like, well, I don't know how much it's really going to help, but it may a little bit. But I also, with watching Dignation yesterday, and I had heard this before, and I know there was talk from people, but Kevin Rose was talking about how he never knew until like recently that there is a thing, what's it called, anesthesia or something like that, where you can't see anything in your mind's eye. You close your eyes, and there's nothing.
Right.
Which is what I have. It's like I never realized that was an odd thing.
I didn't know you were an NPC. That's cool. Now I know an NPC.
It's like this is like it's normal. But when he starts talking to like Alex, the guy he does the show with, and he's like, if you close your eyes, can you imagine an apple? And he's like, oh well, yeah, and I can see like the color variations. I can have it spin around. I can see it being cut. And Kevin Rose like, what the fuck? You're like, wow. Then Kevin Rose, the biggest depressing thing for Kevin Rose in understanding that he has this condition where you really can't picture anything, which also makes a lot more sense when you think about the guys that can play chess with blindfolded.
Yeah, I've done that.
Like I can't because I can't see the board. So it's like, how do you keep track of where everything is? Kevin Rose, the biggest thing was I realized the spank bank was a real thing. He's like, I got no spank bank.
Oh my God.
I got nothing. He's like, you could just like close your eyes and imagine.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I got to imagine that people that have this disease have masturbated so much less.
That's why you need visual stimulation. Open your eyes, dude.
So it would suck for you to be in a solitary confinement cell, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't suck for me.
Or blind. So, I mean, there's also that.
Whoops.
Because,
there's that.
It's like you don't have anything to I'll just imagine. I remember things. Like, no. Like, and it's amazing that people have various degrees. Alex Albrecht was like, well, his wife, I think they're married. She's like, when people talk to her, she kind of sees the subtitles of what the words people are saying in her mind, which is like also a very interesting thing. It's like, no, and it's one of those things that people don't think about because nobody's ever had that conversation. We were never, as like kids in grade school, nobody was ever like, hey, if you close your eyes, can you imagine an apple?
Well, I mean, how do you build a mind palace without that?
I don't know.
Do you not have a mind palace?
No, I guess I don't.
Holy shit.
What's a mind palace?
Where do you store memories?
They're in there, but they're not visual, I guess. And the other question was, well, do you dream? And Kevin Rose said no, that no visual dreaming. And for me, I have them, but they are rare. Either that or I just rarely remember them. But
I'm still dreaming right now.
I figured.
Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, I feel bad, I guess, for people that don't have that ability, but that's just bizarre. We just refer to you as NPCs.
It's like, what? How is that possible? How can you
Non-player
not?
characters.
How do you not imagine? How can you not close your eyes and just see everything?
Yeah.
See, I can do it in an audio way. That's always was an interesting thing to me because I was always into music. So that would be one of the things, like when I was growing up, if my parents were going to punish me, it's like, go to your room and no music. But
wow,
I could still hear the music. So it was kind of like audio more than, but it's like, I can't visualize things, but I can play back like music that I've heard before.
So at least you understand how that works then.
Yes. But not visually. Yeah, not visually. It's like you sit there and you close your eyes and it's like, what do you see? It's like nothing.
So sometimes you're sitting there and you're doing something that's unrelated and you don't have music playing, but you can start hearing a little tune music playing in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I can do the same thing. So that's like a normal thing, I guess. But you don't have the same thing with the visual sense.
No, like if I'm like, hey, really try to remember what this was like or what somebody looked like. It's like a lot of people like close their eyes, like they try to imagine them. It's like, no, it just doesn't. The projector doesn't work. Which, of course,
if I told you to close your eyes and describe the room you're in, it'd be really hard for you to do that.
Right, because you can't see the room. I was thinking about this because, I do explain to people, hey, how do I do this on my computer? Well, I still know that, there's a little Apple in the upper left on a Mac. There's a little Windows start thing on the lower right. Well, not with Windows 11. You don't see the mouse
moving to the Apple and clicking on it and the menu turning inverse color and then dragging the mouse down. You don't see that. No,
and I can't even see it. I mean, but I know it's there because I've experienced it, and you don't have to see it in your mind's eye to know.
Yeah, so you just have like a list you've memorized.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's more how it is that you have this stored in a different way, which is maybe why I am much better than most people at remembering conversations and things like that aren't visual as opposed to the other way around. Because my hard drive ain't filling up with visual memories, man. I have to have plenty of space left because audio is so much smaller than video.
I know, right? The compression factor is totally whack. Yeah, but you also have a memory of a whole bunch of tunes.
Yeah.
That you've heard and you can identify within a few notes, I assume.
Oh, yeah. I would be very good at name that tune. And I am even amazed with songs that, there was like albums that I've played the hell out of. That I get. But I even surprise myself at times if like, hey, a song will come on the radio that was played on the radio in 1985 that I haven't heard in 30 years, but I still know 90% of the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't have that. I will recognize the tune as like, man, I haven't heard this for a damn long time. It's been and I remember vaguely the melody enough to identify what the tune is. I may or may not remember the name. It's a toss up. It's probably like 60% chance I won't remember the name of the song. But I will not know a single lyric in the song, even if I heard it plenty of times when I was young.
See, that's an interesting
I never
thing.
sing along with anything. I just don't. I mean, unless I'm reading lyrics or I'm playing the same thing over and over because I like the song, and then maybe I'll sing along with it. But if it's some random song that I heard somewhere, there's no way I'm going to know the lyrics. That's one thing that's always looked weird to me is when you watch in movies of people riding in the car and singing a song and people aren't getting the words wrong. I mean, how are you not getting the words wrong? I remember like 5 words per song. That's about it.
That's interesting.
And then it's like, yeah, and then we will. Yeah, it's like, that to me seemed like a hard to reach kind of thing. Like, and I can learn a song. Like if I actually try and learn something to play it or sing it, I played keyboard. I took tons of lessons, and then accordion after that. But
Accordion. Everybody just had the Gene's cool factor just dropped by 13 points.
No, everybody knows I played accordion, dude. It's like in the well-known thing in the world.
What you tell them is you taught Weird Al how to play accordion.
No. Actually, Weird Al I heard Weird Al and then thought, okay, accordion is now cool.
Yes. Another one rides the bus.
I'm going to go and play accordion now.
Another one rides the bus. Oh, yeah. The bus get on the corner.
And I enjoy listening to accordion music and watching guys that are really good watching their fingers flying on those buttons like crazy. I never got that good. I was always a fairly mediocre. I think I probably play keyboard better than accordion, but I did play accordion. I had one for a while. I think I ended up selling it when I moved, even before I moved to Texas.
You don't want to come into Texas with an accordion. They're like, steers and queers. Which one are you? Oh, accordion? Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So,
although it's perfect for Tejano music, which is,
it is totally. So a guy is leaving Texas. This is a joke I heard. And, he's at a little rest stop and some other guys in there, they getting food and they start talking. So, where are you heading now? Oh, I'm leaving Texas, going to Colorado. Leaving Texas? I said, yeah. Well, you know, only two things leave Texas: queers and steers. Which one are you?
It's
and the guy's looking
a retread.
Well, it's actually funny because it's kind of, oh, that's why people think that Texas only has queers. It's because that's the only ones that leave Texas. And it's kind of true if you think back to the 60s. And the guy that's being asked this question looks around and looks at the guy and he goes, well, I was going to ask you the same thing because, you know, we're in Oklahoma.
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
I mean, the joke being that a guy is making fun of somebody leaving Texas and pointing out that, well, yeah, only queers and steers leave Texas while he's not in Texas.
Right.
So it's
kind of funny. And it just
it's a funny joke.
It proved the point that I can somehow think in music lyrics, even if they're show tunes that I saw once when I was like 12.
Yeah,
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
I vaguely know that's a musical.
Yeah. That's how it. Everything gets stored in my brain, I guess, audio. You get the video.
74 trombones, or no, that's a different musical. That's Music Man. I'm confusing Music Man and see, never been into musicals. Guess I'm not gay enough.
This is why you're creating music online.
Yeah, because I can create music without having heard somebody else do it.
I think I saw Annie as a kid. My parents.
Sunshine tomorrow is going to come out or something.
Right. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar
literally.
that tomorrow there'll be sun. Yeah. So I know the Annie. It's a hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. I mean, great Annie. But then Les Mis was the only musical that I remember seeing as an adult. And it was some decent music. I thought it was pretty good. Even got the original French version on a CD back in the day. But
I don't think I've ever seen a musical live. I'm trying to think if I don't believe I ever have. Ever.
How do you not experience the stage? No Broadway trips?
Stage, dude. I had season tickets to the opera. I've just never seen a musical live.
Well, the opera. Well, see, of course, this goes with the caviar guy.
Jesus.
Of course, we're having caviar and going to the opera.
No, it has zero to do with that. I had.
You were trying to get
season box tickets to the box closest to the stage for years, for like 7 years when I was married.
But you were married. There we go.
When I was married. Yeah. It was one of my sort of cultural gifts to my wife, is to make her a little more cultured.
And I wonder why she left. You took her to the opera for 7 years.
Yeah. Season tickets, baby.
How many times did you fall asleep during an opera?
Never. I like opera. I always like the opera. The thing, if you haven't gone to an opera live, The first thing you should know is there are subtitles that are on top of the stage in very bright lights.
That's
so
weird.
You literally can read everything in English that they're singing in whatever language they're singing in. Because even if they're singing in English, sometimes it's hard to understand what they're saying. So it's easier just to read the subtitles over the stage.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that makes it super easy. The other thing is when you're sitting, especially where my box was, which is right on I guess it would be stage right, right next to the stage, you get to see very close all the actual performances going on the stage. And it's very different than seeing something from the very back of the theater where everybody's tiny and you're just mostly there to listen, because you can see that they're actually, acting.
They're real people.
Like there's shit happening there. They're real people. And even a little bit of the backstage behind the curtain. And you can kind of see when they're about to, change sets or something. They're getting ready. There's a whole crew back there. So I always found it pretty fun. And I like good singing. And whether you enjoy opera or not, you have to admit that it is a very, very small percentage of people that would call themselves singers that can actually perform opera. And it is the elites. It's the best of the control of the vocal cords.
Oh, yeah. Pavarotti.
Yes, he was one of the best. Absolutely.
Able
great
to
tenor.
Belt him out. Well, there were those three tenors.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Pavarotti, Placido Domingo.
Yeah.
And who's the
Karras or something, right? Jose Karras, or wasn't there something like that?
Oh, well, let me Google three tenors.
And remember, there was that Seinfeld episode about the Maestro. Yes, Maestro. Should we call you Maestro from now on? Maestro.
Sure, why not?
Maestro.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did you go to the opera?
Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, and Jose Carreras.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Except I butchered it.
You did. Yeah. And that was active between 1990 and 2003.
Right in the butter zone for us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, who are the great opera performers? That's what I want to know. Do they have a YouTube channel?
My first serious girlfriend in college was an opera singer.
Oh, well, she must have been able to hold her breath for a long time.
Oh, well, she had very well-developed lungs, yes.
You have breath control as an opera singer.
Yeah. And she was 28.
Okay, so you were what, 12 when you went to college?
Well, yes, I was at college. No, I'm not Ben. Ben went to college at 12. I went to college normal age. So I think that relationship was, I think I was 19.
And that explains a lot 19. About Ben, too, because really the whole partying at college thing at 12 had to be.
He did, no. But all kidding aside, I think Ben actually was a college freshman at 16.
Dude, smart.
So some people would say so.
He was able to pass tests, is what we're saying. I mean, let's be honest. He's not that smart. He's doing a podcast with you.
Yeah, exactly. How smart do you need to be?
Poor Ben. Donate, Ben. Come on.
Yeah, Ben used to donate. It's all of a sudden stopped. Because remember, Ben, I get half that money.
Yeah, it's big bucks.
Hey, well, look, you're buying all kinds of computer gear with it, so it must be.
I tell you, until it starts going down. Just watching the numbers.
To round out, the reason I brought up and talked about Amaranth getting interviewed on this show about spending money or looking at her finances, of course, the guy is like, well, this is our good audit for the year, I guess, because he basically had nothing to chastise her about spending.
The OnlyFans girl, yes.
Yeah, she brings in, well, you guess, how much does she bring in?
An OnlyFans girl that is popular. But
she's streaming. I mean, she's on OnlyFans, but she's streaming on Twitch, or used to be on Twitch. Now she's on Kick.
If she's one of the premier OnlyFans girls, I mean, you're talking like 25, 35 million, right? A year, something crazy.
Yeah, 2 million a month.
So 24 million a year. So close.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I could live on 2 million a month.
You could, couldn't you? And so they were talking easy. About, so she's spending about $100,000 a month.
Well, that's really good for making $2 million a month.
Yeah. She owns 4 gas stations, owns an apple orchard. She lives in Houston where the cost of living's cheaper.
So she understands diversifying.
She is involved in some hedge funds, and she buys individual stocks. So she actually enjoys the stock market.
Well, it's a fun game when you're making $2 million a month, because if you lose like 500,000, you're like,
yeah, exactly.
I'll try again.
But it's fascinating because, the way that she makes her money, still the vast majority of her money doesn't come from investments. It comes from her being on a, stream and exposing herself doing things. And it's basically a PG-13 rated stream. And then,
which is crazy for that kind of money.
Well, the OnlyFans is definitely adult, but so he asked her about that. That's the thing I love about the show. It's like he's asking all the questions. He's just this average dude, right? This fat dude in his late 20s. And he's asking her the same questions we're all sitting and watching. We're like, well, so, you're doing this OnlyFans stuff. How much time does that actually take?
2 hours a day.
Well, the OnlyFans takes, it takes 2 days a month.
Oh,
so I shoot everything in 2 days, and then it's posted daily.
Like somebody else that's probably getting paid $20,000 a month,
So he's asking, so how big is your team? She says 10 people. How much do you pay them? She says, well, they start at $40,000 a year, and then the longer they are with me, the more they're getting paid.
Sounds fair.
She's very, I'd say, a good businesswoman. Nothing is crazy and wild. Her biggest splurge is she buys Pokemon cards.
Well, that you could become a billionaire if you get the right cards.
Yeah, because there was multiple transactions from like eBay and other places for Pokemon cards.
The Pokemon cards, this is odd. I mean, you probably heard it because I know you love random thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But I did a breakdown on all of the cards and what is the best right out of the box return on your investment.
Yeah.
And sports cards were horrible, but Pokemon were actually decent.
Okay. How about what was that game that people play? I've never played it. But it's like a card game.
I know there's a bunch of those. I mean, Pokemon was kind of the first. Magic the Gathering, right?
That's the
Magic
other one.
The
Gathering. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, Magic. Because I know Tim Pool always talks about Magic.
Some of those have gone. I mean, those are very
it's
strange.
It's like playing chess with Monopoly.
Right. You're playing
Monopoly chess.
Yeah.
Well,
and I like the cute, like blonde Swedish chess girl on YouTube. She's fun. Yeah. Just great voice.
Everybody likes the cute blonde Swedish chess girl, but have you seen her mom?
Yeah.
That's what she's going to look like.
Yeah, I know, but that's in like what's way
years
past, right?
20 years
past my time to worry about.
Past your expiration date. Yeah, I guess that's true. No, she's quite good. There's a gaggle of them. I still like the locals here, the local girls, the Botez sisters.
But with the OnlyFans thing, I am curious.
Yeah.
Especially somebody who
ask away, she goes, because this guy probably asked the same question, so I can probably give you an answer.
Well, in comparison, I not knew closely, but I had interactions with a handful of Playboy playmates who were trying to make money
right
at the early end of the early end of the internet, and were really unable to do so. And it's like, these girls, this is kind of like every sport in the world where you go back to the 1950s and Mickey Mantle was making dick, but now guys are making $50 million.
Yeah.
This was like almost like a flipping a switch, and it's interesting. And it's like, well, why is this even a thing? How is she able to generate that kind of money?
Well, when everybody that's a question that she was asked,
because AI, everything's free.
Yeah, AI is going to be a thing for sure to compete with. But so he asked her something close to that, and one of her businesses that she owns is a academy to teach people how to be better marketers of themselves for streamers. But she said, here's the thing about OnlyFans that they don't tell you and most people don't realize. OnlyFans, unlike YouTube or Twitch or Kick, is not a place that you're going to get discovered. OnlyFans is just a Patreon with a better UI. It's a place that people that already know about you and want to see you naked can go. So there are lots of girls going on OnlyFans and then thinking that they're going to get rich. And the reality is the vast majority of them never get rich.
Well, it's like podcasting. You need to bring the audience to the show.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've garnered enough of an audience from some event, then you can generate money doing podcasting perfectly fine. If you have not done that, it's mostly going to be a handful of your friends listening to you. And that's about it.
So the OnlyFans thing is more, we want to help you as a person more than I want to buy your content.
No. It's absolutely I want to buy your content because there's new content that you want to keep seeing her doing more and more of. But it's essentially the people that you make money from on OnlyFans are people that didn't discover you on OnlyFans. And this is why she still does 10 hours a day of streaming. That's PG-13. Because that is where those people find her the first time. That's where they come from. And there's obviously way more people that are just going to watch for free. But a percentage of them that are watching her for free is like, okay, this is great and all. And I love seeing her in a hot bikini. But I really want to see her without the bikini with AI. But yeah, you can't interact. Well, I guess you can interact with AI. I was going to say you can't interact with AI. It's coming. It'll be a challenge, but she got into this before AI. I understand. And that's the other thing you have to realize about all these people that are like at high success rates. They've been doing this shit for a long time. So she started streaming on Twitch in 2017.
And the other thing is, as you just said,
when she was like 22 years old,
like 10 hours a day in streaming.
10 hours a day. Yeah, 10 hours a day of streaming. So, and I'll give you for reference, my longest stream I did was 13 hours.
Wow, you really had to pee.
My average stream is about 5. And after about 4 hours, I am tired. I am literally tired, and I have to kind of force my way through continuing to play this game, which is normally a fun activity, right? But when you're streaming, and obviously I'm just streaming just the game, right? Unlike these hot chicks that also have themselves in bikinis on screen, but I do not have myself in the bikini on screen.
Right, and Tom Tomsky's complaining about that. He says, I've never seen Gene
I know.
in a
He's
bikini.
always been complaining. He's like, oh, how much money do you want me to send you to get that? I'm like, Tom, not going to happen. But it is genuine work. It is not an easy thing to do. I don't think.
I mean, it's easier than some gigs, but you have to put the time in. It's not
It is. Yeah. And so she's been doing this. I don't know. She's had thousands of hours online. She started in 2017. She got OnlyFans during COVID when it blew up completely. And OnlyFans during COVID was generating $1.5 million a month for her from just that. It's gotten down since then.
I mean, I just want one of those gigs for like 1 month a year. That would be great. That'll pay that.
Well, that's literally been my game plan, is to charge more and work less.
I thought your game plan was to marry an OnlyFans girl who's already made $1 billion.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Gene's like, I'll be your simp. Come on, baby.
I mean, well, it wouldn't be a simp because I'm not going to give any money. Well, remember,
you don't have any money. It's a perfect situation.
I have no money to give. Remember, I did date a streamer chick back. This would have been, it was before COVID, so it would have been 2019, I guess.
Right in there.
18 or 19. 2018, 2019. That's how I got back into video games. Because I literally hadn't been playing games for, a decade. And I ended up dating this Twitch chick who was streaming live every day, who was 20,
It's that typical story. Boy meets girl on Twitch.
Yeah. And I didn't realize she was on Twitch when I met her. But you know, it was kind of cool. And I would, I don't know how much I want to say.
I'm like, I'm not. See, this is one of the rare times I wasn't going to interrupt. I'm like, Gene's looking for some words. This should be interesting. I'm
scrolling through a visual inventory of videotapes in my brain of activities I've done with this girl.
Yeah.
But it was the last time I ever celebrated a girlfriend's 21st birthday was with her.
I can imagine that'll be the last, too.
Hey, now. Not necessarily. I'm still single. But she played games, and I kind of started, you know, I was buying all this computer shit for her. I figured, you know, maybe I should also upgrade my stuff to play video games too. And man, she looked good in my convertible though.
It's the only reason I have a convertible.
That is an accessory that is always, I had a Beamer convertible, an M3 convertible, and it's a great accessory to have in a convertible is a 20-year-old.
There's now a list of people that don't want to ever see you in a bikini. That's going in the troll room.
Good. I'm on that list, by the way. So, you know.
And the great thing about being a podcaster, when a chick says, I'm going to drain your bank account, baby, you're like, all right. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to go buy like a few bags of chips or?
Pretty much. That's about what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Anyway. The whole reason I brought up Amaranth with this, we're talking about the cost of food previous to that. And Amaranth, this chick making $24 million a year, is telling this dude that, oh my God, Austin prices are crazy. I couldn't imagine living there.
Right. Well, because you have the money,
I live in Houston where the cost is more reasonable.
Right. I mean, because having the money doesn't mean you want to waste it. Now, can you? Sure.
Right.
And a lot of people are like
smarter in that regard than a lot of these girls.
Right. Because like, well, why should I worry about it? I'll just pay it. I can afford it. It's, you know, you're paying the tax of living in a certain area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you realize at some point, especially in that kind of an industry, that your career ends at some point and you better have other things going on. And it sounds like she's got a lot of things going on.
She's got a lot of things going on. And he kind of asked her, someone, you know, what are you thinking? When do you want to retire? And she says, well, look, I know the hot young girl thing isn't going to last for a long time. So she's 30. She just turned 30.
Oh, she's only got like 2 more years for your to get in on that.
5 years past expiration date.
Gene at Sir Gene.
You know, she's still attractive, right? But
well, I mean, on the video, how do you know in person? She could already be using an AI representation of herself, which is also.
I was at an event she was at.
A very interesting way to go, though.
It's very short, cute short chick. I like the short chicks. A lot of guys don't.
You can carry them around.
Yeah, exactly. But she is, her house was broken into like 6 months ago.
Well, this would also be the thing I would worry about, being a internet personality, especially a female with a huge audience.
Mm-hmm.
There is a certain amount of people can find out anything. They can find out where you live. And when you're doing the job that she is, and I don't know exactly what her shtick is, but some of these OnlyFans girls try to make it seem like, oh, I'm talking directly to you, Gene.
Mm-hmm.
And if Gene is not totally there mentally, might not understand the situation that they're in and show up.
If Gene doesn't have a video recorder in his brain, he might feel like he has to go out and meet her in person.
Right, because I can't just imagine her. No.
Yeah.
But now I can roll up a flux thing and it'll just spit out image after image after image.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, it was so it's pretty wild. Somebody tried to break in. It was after she was on the stream and bought like 5 Bitcoins while she was on the stream.
Well, then they're like, oh.
And they're like, okay,
bitch has
we can
money.
steal that. Idiots. Like, stealing Bitcoin is a lot easier to trace than stealing cash.
Yeah, they don't realize that.
It's amazing. No, they don't. They're like, oh, it's Bitcoin. It takes no room. Yeah, except there's a fucking log of everything. All the transactions. If you ever spend any of that money, not to mention that, well,
there was, I mean, again, people in today's world, the muggings, it is not unusual if you're getting mugged for somebody to be, hey, unlock your phone and send all your funds to this Zelle account, or, this is the way it is. And with the Bitcoin, I assume they think that it is completely untraceable. Now, the question for me would be, I haven't looked at this either in years. Maybe I should. I haven't ventured onto the dark web, to the more seedy parts for a while.
That's you get all your music.
No, that's all on the regular web. But on the dark web, there were all of these, what do they call them, mixers, where, you could put in $1,000 worth of crypto and it would spit you out $950, but it would randomize in the middle. So they took their cut, and it was basically a way. So if you did steal somebody's Bitcoin, it was mixed into another service.
We call that laundry.
Yes. Yeah. But there were services that did that. So as illegal as that may be, if it worked to then get you the Bitcoin without a trace from where it was originated, then I see why people would. Well, I think
that. the wild days of this are going to be coming to an end soon, because the government's going to get into it.
Oh, of course.
What they're going to be able to do is just put freezes on this stuff and just say that, okay, well, that transaction, that's now void.
But you don't really think that's going to happen with the current Bitcoin. I get that this is going to happen on the U.S.
No, it's
coin.
Absolutely going to happen, at least for Americans. It's going to happen because
is that technically possible though with the blockchain?
Oh yeah, sure. Because you've got the blockchain, so you can roll back. You can negate a transaction, and you've got the full thread of any follow-up transactions after that. Now, when you're talking about these types of services that are going to launder the money,
right?
I think that will complicate things, obviously. But I think there are people much smarter than we are in math that are working on these problems right now and coming up with solutions. Because the government absolutely wants to be able to treat this as just a different means of currency.
Well, yeah, and they want their tax money.
Well, I think, they want to be able to they want to tax purchases for sure, and they want to tax income. If that income is derived through Bitcoin, they don't want it to be hidden income, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the interesting thing with the crypto now, though, as far as you just mentioned cash, the reality is somebody doesn't need to threaten you physically or even be in the same room with you to steal your cash or your Bitcoin. They do, because they need you to get your Bitcoin. Unless you're somebody that wrote down on your desk in big letters, Bitcoin recovery phrase or password or whatever you got.
I think that's a good analogy, dude, because getting into a safe that has cash sitting in it isn't a whole lot different than getting access to your Bitcoin wallet.
In the safe, I agree. But with the wallet,
if you're going to keep any significant amount of cash in the house, it's not going to be sitting in.
But here's the thing. Now, do people, and I guess would be the question, do most people carry around? I do not. Just so if you see me on the street, I do not carry my little Ledger USB wallet with me.
I don't either. Mine sits at home.
Because, although
it hardly has anything in there, first of all.
Well, yeah.
So it doesn't even matter. Secondly, remember, I lost over $1,000 in this whole little scam of
voltage.
Voltage. So, that's always been a risk that you've all agreed to take by using Bitcoin, and specifically by using sats, which is still an experimental branch. It is not official.
With that said, I have never had anything fail with Sats over the 2-3 years, whatever this has been.
You just had to say that.
I know, right? Shit, I better go look now. Everything's gone. I said it. It's gone.
And I don't like you saying that because you're holding my wallet too.
Right. It's like, no, yeah. Oh, Gene. Oh, yeah. It just disappeared. Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like, well, my wallet's fine, but yours is gone.
It's amazing. I don't know how they broke into the node and only took your funds. Wow.
Well, they took everybody else's funds, Larry's funds, my funds.
I'm tracing it right to Poland or somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's that? What's going on with Poland there? Did you figure out that thing with Lady What's Her Face?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
And this was again, it comes from that she is a complete Luddite when it comes to tech. So there is that. So while I applaud anybody for messing around with this stuff, you have to understand things can go badly.
Yes. That's why I just gave the warning message, not to mention that the tech is not user-friendly.
The one good thing was the Albi hub that will run on a Windows machine is pretty much download, extract, run. Install. That's it.
And how much does that cost?
It's free. They offer that for free. But, well, two things. One, your computer has to stay on all the time.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I didn't know was, would she have had to open up channels, which I don't believe she did. I believe that running alone and having this in your wallet, that Albi transferred the 115,000 Satoshis that she had directly to this wallet that was sitting on her desktop. Now, the interesting thing was, I noticed when I ran this on a Windows 10 machine, the Albi hub, Windows was like, do you really want to run this? Danger, danger. So I'm guessing that one of the reasons she was having problems was Windows wasn't happy about running the Albi hub software.
Yeah, well, because its real function is to sit there and steal everything else from you.
Exactly. Sure. Now, what I did was I booted that up and put in her 12-word phrase, which she gave me, and the sats were there on the on-chain wallet. So they weren't on, tied up in a Lightning nodes with the open channels.
They were on chain.
It was sitting on chain, which allowed me to just send them directly to a Bitcoin address, easy peasy. But I don't even know if the Albi people understood. Was she trying to cash out, or I thought she was trying to get something set up so she could keep collecting money for her podcast? Yes, and she has a whole new node set up.
Okay.
But what she didn't tell anybody after that she had set this other one up on the Windows machine in July and took out the Satoshis that she thought were still being tied up by Albi. It was a lot of miscommunication.
I see. Okay.
The end result is all of the Satoshis got out safely. They're now on her node, so she can spend them at will and collect more.
Oh, that's good. Yep.
And what's
100,000 Satoshis worth these days?
Not much. Yeah, it's under $100 now. Ned says if you send him 500,000 sats, he'll get all of your other sats back totally.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people fall for that, man. That is the
double your sats. Just send me your sats. I'll send you double whatever you send me.
Right. It's like the amount of people that have fallen for that or don't understand that. No, you're never getting that back.
I disagree with that. I think anyone that sends a donation to this podcast will absolutely get double the value of that, whatever amount they send in.
You're getting a lot of value.
That's an amazing amount of value.
And we are going to have a record-breaking day, I believe, on Monday at Planet Rage for our 200th episode. Woo!
Oh, 200th. What are we on?
We are on 140.
How do you have more episodes with him? We started this before that.
We are on with him. Or Unrelenting 175, maybe?
Yeah. Did you skip this many episodes of this show and you never skipped one of the other show?
I mean, you can't skip Planet Rage. I mean, that show.
You started that show after we were already doing this show.
But I
remember that.
Was it still under the other name? Because I know there was like a bunch of
it probably was Grumpy Old Goobers.
Grumpy Old Goobers. And now Bemrose, he doesn't even do podcasting.
No, He's beyond podcasting.
We could be the AI boys.
AI boys. Yeah, right.
But I do.
Well, you're a lot more of an AI boy than me. You do stuff with that all the time.
Which
I mostly use it. You're actually dabbling in it.
Yeah, and before we get to, we do have a few people to thank today. When I hear over on No Agenda, Adam Curry and Chauncey Dvorak talking about using 11 Labs, I'm like, dudes, roll your own.
Well, not only that, I used 11 Labs to send Adam his own voice like 3 years ago. And he was, oh, it's all bullshit. This sucks. This is the worst thing in the world.
It still is not great, but I still, now there was one that just came out that isn't available to really run on the Mac hardware yet, but they are getting so good. And this was my other question for the feasibility on these companies like 11 Labs. So much of this stuff is being open sourced right now. Just from hearing what 11 Labs does and playing around with the stuff that I have, I think the stuff I'm running locally gives a better quality result for free. So I really don't know how 11 Labs could be worth so much, because they're going to have to really drop their pricing, because their pricing is kind of like why we love Zencastr, because that's way too much. The 11 Labs, they only give you such a small amount. What is it, like 2 hours a month or something?
Small. Yeah. I looked at it. I don't even think it's 2 hours. I think it was like 20 pages of text, which
is horrible when you can do this stuff live nearly real time. And this is why these new podcasts, and I guess maybe we should look into how to automate and put out podcasts that can be released daily without our interaction. I would love to do this.
Hello, I talked about that.
I know.
Yeah. I know, exactly.
But I want to know what would be because this would be great even for like being able to search for news in the suburb that I'm in and the 5 suburbs around.
Well, here was my idea, and I even registered a domain for it, which I'm not going to mention just in case. But the idea is that this is the product, is you suck in an XML feed. The XML feed gets processed by AI. The transcript for the XML, or that's in the XML feed, gets summarized to 2 pages by AI. That summary gets spoken by one of the AI good-sounding voices. That audio file is packaged up with an XML file as a podcast. And, is updated, obviously, in wherever the podcast is. And the idea was to use that podcast host, which, God damn it, I got to cancel it. I'm still paying for it, that you told me about, that gives you unlimited amount of podcasts for a fixed price. Those guys.
Which, if you're going to do 1 million podcasts, that's great.
Yeah. If the break even is 3. If you do 3 or more, it's cheaper than everybody else. If you do 1 or 2, it's not cheaper. So, anyway, long story short, if you can basically suck in a podcast that is 3 hours long and poop out a podcast summary that is 15 minutes long.
Right. That is easy enough.
I think it's a killer service because, first of all, if you've got a podcast or multiple, why wouldn't you want to have a second podcast option that you can point people at as a gateway drug? So it's like, hey, you don't have to listen to 2 hours of us blabbering. Just grab the summary. And if you like the summaries consistently, which people are more likely to listen to 15 minutes instead of 2 hours, then you can subscribe to the full feed, right? So it's a way. It's kind of like being on Twitch and then getting them into the OnlyFans from the Twitch. Give them the 15-minute one summary, and then if they like the summaries, they'll get your full version.
Right.
What's cool is you can use the same voice.
Oh yeah.
So you can do a podcast with using a AI generated voice of the same person.
Well, especially if you're doing localized things. Like, again, there's nothing for our little area here. Yeah, there's Chicago news, But if I could go and set up a script that would read the local news, and there's a few different, the Patch and a couple other ways to get local news. The villages put out their own thing. So to just basically say, okay, before you do this, go look at all of these sites, find any new news, write the script, and put that through the text-to-speech.
There is a problem with that, in that you're absolutely going to get sued by the news providers, because
but they can't if you rejigger the news.
They absolutely can. If you're
but they don't know where you're scraping it. That's the beauty of it. I mean, again, how would you know? Because I'm not going to read their script. I'm going to say, okay, AI.
So you're just saying it like scrape from everybody, every newspaper in Chicago, you scrape, and then you go, okay, these seem to be common stories, so we'll put these. Yeah, you could do that.
Well, here are the stories that are for our suburbs here.
Yeah.
And then reword those. They rewrite these, basically like you're doing with the podcast. So take this article, summarize it, and that's the news.
Yeah. You could do that. I think you're still going to have lawsuits. And that's the one thing about any business that relies on stealing data, even if it's legal, from other people.
Selling the news.
Just you have to have it budgeted into your business plan, legal fees, because you will have to respond to lawsuits. Because even if they know they're not going to win against you,
they're going to try.
Quite often, a good way to stop somebody from doing something is just to sue them.
Oh yeah, look
knowing
at the
you're not going to win.
Industry and YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, lawsuits are expensive.
Yeah,
I've mentioned before, I was working with a client on a lawsuit for quite a while, and it took no time at all, and by no time I mean about 6 months, to get $750,000 in legal fees.
Yeah, lawyers are not cheap.
No. Well over $1,000. Some of them are $2,000 an hour right now.
But even for things like somebody mentioned, there's a company doing this, local weather. So you look at your local weather, same thing. The AI summarizes it and it puts out an audio file, and people could drop that into.
All you have to say is, Alexa, what's the weather?
Exactly. But what if somebody wants to add this
Siri, what's the weather? Or Google, what's the weather? Like, that's already there.
Well, this is kind of what these devices do, but
no one's going to download an episode that you generated a half an hour ago about the weather, when they can just look it up real time on their phone.
But what if they have every morning the thing generated which shows, oh, I want to know.
Alexa literally does that every morning when I wake up.
I know, but a lot of people don't use those devices. A lot of people don't use those devices, and you can do that with the podcasting sphere and do a very similar thing. One, especially for local news and stuff, because those devices aren't going to pick up on it. But you could also add in something like, well, and I'm also even though I live in Chicago, I'm a big Los Angeles Dodger fan. So make sure you throw in, the news on that. Well, but you're setting that up to basically do the same thing.
I think you're the number of people that are going to listen to a podcast, which is on their phone by design, who also don't have Alexa or Siri, is a very small number.
But you would be providing the information that isn't necessary. Now, the weather is a bad example, but you could be hyper local on that as well.
Yeah.
But if you ask for hey, what is going on in the subdivision that you live on in Austin? Now, if you could set this up, you could say, hey, here's the news. You could scrape it from your, if there's a homeowner association meetings.
I just asked Alexa to read me the latest news in Austin.
Well, it's Austin. That's a big place.
Yeah.
That's like Chicago. But just your subdivision. Ask for the news of only things that are going on within a mile of you. It won't do it. It can't do it.
Well, you can't either.
But you can. That's the beauty of it.
If you can, it can.
But it's not.
I'm trying to keep you from wasting time.
Oh, I'm not going to waste time. I'm looking for somebody else to automate everything.
This is not a thing. And you can do, like, if you're actually using AI, which I know a lot fewer people use it than have access to it. But if you're using AI, you can certainly do that right now. You can ask your AI, hey, What is the news for this zip code, if any? And it'll go out and find any news that it can.
Yes, and I'm curious why sites like, unless I'm missing something, like Bleeping Computer, why they're not releasing a text-to-speech podcast every day with summaries of their stories. Because I think that would be a hell of a way to deliver information, again, for people that are on the go and aren't going to
I also think that there's something you have to keep in mind with podcasts, which are a delivered medium rather than on-demand medium, like YouTube. People have first of all, it's a subset of people at all that will ever listen to a podcast. But out of the group that does, that group has absolutely a fixed, limited amount of time that they listen to these podcasts.
Yeah, usually they're
unlike you and I, they have jobs.
Whoa,
Most
what the
people
hell?
have jobs.
What are they doing?
Now, the people that are listening to podcasts on the stream, they're all unemployed bums. We know that. Not one of them has a job.
Hey, there's people at work right now.
Of the majority, if they're pretending to, yeah, maybe. But of the people that actually work, which are the ones that are capable of donating, incidentally, you notice people on the stream don't donate.
Yeah, that's true. They're not donating. They could do it right now.
Yeah, well, they're not doing it. So that proves my point. They're all unemployed. So of the people that do have jobs, like they have 20 minutes to maybe 40 minutes a day. That is the maximum amount of time they're going to listen to all podcasts combined. And if they're already listening to one that's over 3 hours long, like No Agenda. I remember when I worked, dude. I mean,
way back when.
But you know what I mean. When I worked an honest job for a living for somebody else, if I listened to No Agenda, it wasn't going to be in 1 3-hour listening session.
No.
And this is before I figured out that you can actually speed these things up and save time.
Right, you're like, wait, the next show's already out. I haven't finished.
Yeah. No, I remember that. I would I would listen to the Sunday show on Monday during my commute, and I would only be done listening to the Sunday show on Wednesday on the drive back home. And then the Thursday show comes out the next day. So No Agenda was my drive time radio
for the whole week
from just doing 2 shows a week.
Yeah.
Like that filled all of my drive time. And I would usually end up finishing the Thursday show on Saturday, even though I wasn't driving, I would just be listening to it. But like I could not listen to any other shows, any other podcasts at the time, because I would have to trade in other time that wasn't dedicated to listening podcasts if I wanted to add another podcast. So
that's why you started listening at faster speeds.
That's one of the reasons. Exactly right. Because that allows me to listen to more podcasts. And then watching YouTube videos at 3x lets me watch about 26 hours of news per day.
And the titties bounce faster.
I do not watch any porn at high speed. Thank you very much.
NetNet says the unemployed talk is heady talk for a guy that bought an M3 because he couldn't afford the M5 BMW.
That just hurts, man. I can't believe you bring that up.
Well played, NetNed.
Fuck you.
Looked at the current demographics of podcast listeners, and this is a lower number than I thought. 66% age 12 to 34 listen to podcasts monthly.
Monthly?
Yeah. And they're the most active group. So 66%. So we're still missing a full third of 12 to 34-year-olds.
You know, that means once a month, right?
That means they listen to one show.
Yeah.
Possibly.
No, that means they listen to one podcast episode per month. That's what monthly means.
Maybe not even a full episode. We don't know.
Maybe not. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's an episode of a podcast per month.
So you may as well be
Unrelenting. The number of people that listen to podcasts, like, let's say 2 podcasts is probably less than half that number.
Let's see if
10
they give
podcasts is probably about 2% of that number.
This is from podcast statistics from Edison
Research.
Research.
That's all fake anyway.
61% of adults 35 to 54, which isn't that big of a drop off when you think about it. Only 5%.
No.
So about 60% of everybody, which is, I mean, okay, it's a majority.
Well, that includes half women, which listen to murder mysteries.
38% of Americans aged 55 and over listen monthly, but engagement is rising each year. So the older folks are still not sure what a podcast is, I guess. And I'm sad that I'm 55 and in that group.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making up
You'll
for that.
You'll figure it out one day. You'll figure it out.
Out of that 38%, man, I gave it a boost. I listened to a lot.
Let me ask you a question. Can you name some podcasts that you listen to every week that you don't actually, you're not on them?
No. I mean, no agenda. Okay. I mean, I consider that I'm kind of on the...
one podcast. You have one podcast that you listen to, which is literally the statistic.
Yeah.
You're 55, you listen to one podcast.
That's it. And I'm like, hey, boomer, get off my lawn.
Pretty much. So my point with my idea, which I'm encouraging you to get on board with, is the only thing that people will add to their listening is something that gives them the same amount of data in a smaller window. So you can listen to a podcast at 3x, or you can listen to a summary of a podcast that takes 1/3 the amount of time.
And this seems a little sexist to me. High income brackets are well represented, with 56% of listeners earning over $75,000 a year, and 29% of female listeners have household incomes exceeding $100,000. So you're saying that the women can't make it on their own? Is that what you're saying in this stat? It's a very weird breaking down of that statistic.
Well, it's a way of saying the women reported their husband's salaries.
Could be, yeah.
Without being sexist as much. But I think that it also doesn't bode well for the donations then. If everyone who's listening is rich but they never donate, that's the thing.
Yeah, you're like, if you're making over 75,000, you haven't Unrelented donated yet. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So we know
75,000 these days worth about 25,000 back when we were young.
Females are still a little bit of a minority, about 51 to 56% male, 44 to 48 female.
But again, they're also listening to different types of podcasts. And
True.
I think the one that women really get sucked into are the How to Kill Your Husband ones.
Yes, because they're like, well, this is very interesting. How can I get away with this?
Fiction. That's right. What they listen to.
That's what you don't want to do this on Google either. Because if you do searches for that, ladies, they will find you. If you kill your husband, then.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many hours per month do people listen? That's what I want to know. So you're giving me these bullshit numbers, like how many people.
They'll give you a stat for 40 days.
Yeah, we can't get 7 days. We can only get 3.
40, just 3, 10, and 40.
That's all. That's all they know.
That's the stats.
Let's see. 83. Okay. In 2025, the average podcast listener spends 7 to 9.4 hours a week listening to podcasts. So about 30 to 38 hours a month, 7 to 9.5, which means if they're no agenda listeners, they got time for one extra show.
Podcast.
Yeah.
7 to 9. No, because no agenda was 3. A
little over 3.
3.4. So it's 7 hours for a week for no agenda.
So you're at your limit, and you might listen to one other show. Which could be this one.
Or it could be the pre-show to no agenda.
True, exactly. Which is also, I guess, a podcast.
Yeah. So there you go. And that's, I think, being very generous, because I don't think that that's actually indicative. Most people, if you ask them, do you listen to podcasts? They'll say yes. Most people in Austin that I, will ask these things. But you ask them, well, how many hours a day do you listen? And they'll say, maybe an hour at most. I guess that is 7 hours a week. That is 7 hours. Okay, what am I saying? That is about right then.
And it said 83% of podcast consumers spend over 9 hours and 24 minutes weekly listening to their favorite shows. So that average there, the lowest 17% is obviously bringing those down. But there is a decent amount of people that are listening to 9.5 hours.
But plus. I still will say that's going to be majority like drive time listening. That's your half hour to work, your half hour back from work, and a little bit of time in the garage.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully not with the garage door closed and the engine running, unless it's an electric car, and then you're fine.
It's an electric car, exactly. So 100% of podcast listeners drive electric cars.
I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
It's a
Gene.
statistic. It's a statistic right there.
Some people make up statistics on the spot. It is amazing.
Actually, 57% apparently of people make up statistics on the spot.
Oh, yeah, that seems legit. But we do have a few people to thank for today's show because we, in fact, are a value for value proposition. We put the shows out there. You get
people
to decide.
Love listening to this show.
Yeah, do you want to listen? Do you want to donate? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to relent? Do you want to be unrelenting?
You know what I like about this podcast?
Nothing.
We don't do story analysis, unlike everybody else.
We are different.
We literally just talk.
Yes. About anything.
Anything.
Like, I mean, I'm not even. I'm getting worried right now, 90 minutes in, that I haven't heard about what you've ordered grocery wise or for lunch.
Haven't yet. Haven't ordered. I tell you what. Started doing a Ozempic.
You wait. How'd you get? Did Trump get the prices down for you?
No, I stole some.
Wow. Stole from. You go to like a friend's house.
Yeah, there's a back of a truck deal.
Oh, well, how do you know it's really Ozempic and not always Zempic?
Well, we'll find out. It's got a little label on it, but we'll find out.
If Gene's dead by Halloween.
You never know.
I mean, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
That's a year. I mean,
we'll give you some extra time.
Uh-huh.
Some extra time. But coming in.
We'll see how it goes.
At our highest level today, which I think is maybe the first time ever, with 3 different boosts of 83, 28, 55, 15, and 48, 48, which equaled 18,691 Satoshis at the time when we start recording. That was $15.82. It's CSB.
Wow.
The man,
you must have made up with him then because you're using his name.
I guess. I mean, he sent in a lot of money. So for him,
did you unlock him?
I did unblock him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not because he asked me. Once he blocked me, I unblocked him because I thought that would be funnier.
That's pretty funny.
You have to understand the humor, CSB. But he's the first 3, of course, messages. Hello, here are $8 for you. Big thanks to you, Darren, for trying to help Lady Vox with her Bitcoin Lightning node in Blueberry. Yo, CSB, the AI Arch Wizard. And then he says again, Darren, thanks for helping Vox out. Yo, CSB, the AI Arch Wizard. And then
did he forget that he already sent money?
I don't think so. I think he was just he was being nice, which
very thankful. Okay.
And then the last one, 048 equals prefix to Poland, and more thanks for helping out Lady Vox. Yo, CSB, the AI Arch Wizard. Now, I would just like to point out, CSB, that you sent out, and understand the humor of this, CSB, please. The 4848 boost, when you mention that 048 is the code for Poland, the proper boost would be 48048.
Yeah.
If you skip that 0, the meaning goes away. Just saying. But thank you very much, CSB. And then Mark Hodra, who comes in with 333 every show since we didn't do a show last week because I was migraining, which then went into like a full off flu, which was fun. 666. Sometimes they are precursors. Sometimes they're MSG.
Do you have the flu as well?
Yeah. On then Saturday.
I am keeping my fingers crossed because I know like 5 people that are either just went through or are currently in the flu.
Yeah. Saturday,
including my sister.
At first, I thought I was just watching too much body cam footage, and I'm starting to get nauseous because I get very easily with the any kind of movement, those videos, video games, anything first person, I got issues. And I thought that was it. And I'm like, I'm going to go just sit down and relax, and it didn't feel good. And then later that night, just sitting watching TV, the nausea was building. I'm surprised it didn't blow. The wife brought me the little plastic blue thing like the hospital gives you because we had a few of those. If you're gonna hurl in here,
sure. And you don't have a garbage bin?
Well, I mean, that can get messier. This is not, you could leave it right next to the chair. That way,
garbage bin that has a garbage bag in it, that's the cleanest way to hurl.
Well, no, this is like a little mini garbage bag with a plastic ring at the top so that you don't accidentally have it closed when you need to hurl. But yeah, we went from that into, I started with the sore throat. I probably talked about it on the the episode before, maybe it was right about then, because the sore throat was weird. It felt like it pulled a muscle more than anything else. But once the nausea started, it felt more like a normal sore throat. Just then very tired, headachy, the usual, no fever or anything. But by Monday morning, I got up, was like, good night, because I skipped the rock and roll pre-show on Sunday. And then Monday, I'm like, can I do Planet Rage? And I walked into the room and I looked at the computer monitor and went, whoa, nausea, like looking at the white screen on the monitor. I was like, nope. But by Wednesday, was feeling pretty much better. But hopefully you can avoid it, because it's not fun.
You know what's good for nausea too is just
ginger
home remedy. No, a really cold, wet rag on your forehead.
Yes, yeah.
But it's got to be cold. It can't be like room temperature.
No, it's got to be like ice.
Yeah.
For me, the colder, the better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Mark.
I would not put an ice pack on your head, though. I would just put a wet rag.
Just way you keep everything nice.
Yeah, because that seems
down.
to. Yeah, exactly. That always seems to take whatever the hell the cause is. That takes the symptom away, at least.
Because I was right on that edge. Because sometimes you're like, well, maybe if I puke, I'll feel better. But then it's always
a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess, and then two, you have to time it so it's not around your heart or blood pressure medication, because then you're like, ooh, do I need to take more? Did I just throw that right back up?
Yeah, you got to time your pukes. Yeah,
you got to time your pukes. This is very good advice.
Hey, at least you weren't puking from the other side.
No, well, there was a little, but not bad. I mean, but there was a little bit of that, which is, I think, a part of the whole flu, whatever COVID has turned into. There is a little bit of that involved, and I could do the test, but it's like doesn't really
what's interesting
matter.
too is I had another person mentioned that they did not have a fever either. So this must be the current strain, as it does not really induce fever.
No, what you would think it didn't stick around that long, but usually you think the fever is kind of what blows it out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's getting sneakier. It's like your body doesn't realize it's in there and isn't trying to fight it with a fever, because fever is definitely a positive thing. You don't want to go for too long when you're overheated, but it's I think it's mostly just your brain. As long as you keep your neck cool, so that the blood coming into your brain is cooler, I think the rest of your body doesn't really care if the blood is hotter.
A little bit warmer. Yeah. You just don't want to fry your brain. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah. Because I grew up sitting in a sauna, going to a sauna on a regular basis.
With a lot of other big, hairy, naked men.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was always funny because the Americans would instantly leave because we turn up the temperature.
The Russian contingent was taking over.
The Russian contingent came out. Yeah, we usually would put it on 175 Fahrenheit. And usually most of the other people that were sitting in there would last about a minute.
Did you also bring in a frozen bottle of vodka with you?
No. We'd bring a chessboard.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You play the chess.
So you stay in the sauna as long as it takes you to win a game of chess.
Well, maybe you have to find one of these online ways to play chess. We should do that during a show.
Oh, we could do that. I'm on chess.com.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever. If I have, it was a long time ago. Free account.
Yeah. You could play against people there anytime. I will say my rating has been going in the wrong direction on chess.com. I don't play very often, but when I do play, I usually lose. So it's been like I started off at, I think, 1450 or something. I think now it's around 1100.
How many people do you think on chess.com are feeding the board into an AI and basically cheating to try to win?
Check for that.
But how would you know?
Because there are perfect moves, and it tells you how many perfect moves per game you had.
So your AI has to be taught to fuck up a little bit. So
yeah. Because that's always. I mean, anytime you're doing anything remote and not in person, there's always a chance people are going to cheat. I don't see a big reason to cheat. I mean, it's just like a video game, right? Why would you cheat in a video game?
Right, unless it was
like, how low does your self-esteem have to be for you to go to the trouble of loading cheating software for a game.
Have you met the people on the internet, Gene?
Fair enough, but it's idiotic. It was like, what the hell, man? What?
Gene's AI playing my AI. It's a great game.
Right? Exactly. Well, if we were programming our own AIs, that would actually be fun, but we're not at that level. So,
yeah, there was one of those videos from Anna, the chess girl, and her mom, who was a grandmaster. And there
Anna
was
Kramkin.
Yes, and her mother played her own.
Who was a
AI.
grandmaster? Her mother is a grandmaster. Yeah, she's very good.
Who played her own AI and beat it because, of course, the AI.
Yeah. That's right. She does have an AI. I remember that. She has her own AI. Yeah,
and it's interesting. Well, I mean, you would think that if the AI really had your ability, then it would win.
Anna makes decent money from YouTube chess, not as much as the Botas sisters, but like I think they were doing around 1.5 million from streaming chess stuff,
which is crazy.
Well, they do a lot of non-chess stuff too.
Well, yeah, because you can't just show game after game after game.
Yeah, but they're nowhere near the top earners in chess. The top earner in chess is Gotham Chess, who I don't know how much chess you watch, but he's a guy. He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s, New York, very Jewish looking. But he is less having fun with chess and more like technical stuff. But he's made about 15 million off of his YouTube channel.
Who knew that being a chess master could make you that kind of money? Thanks to YouTube.
Yeah. It's not thanks to chess, because the actual like top of the line chess players, like what's his name right now? The goddamn, what is
I don't know.
I can see him in my head. I'm blanking out.
I can't see him in my head because I can't see anything in my head.
The current one is Magnus Carlsen. Yeah. Magnus Carlsen.
What do they make, as far as winning these tournaments?
So Magnus Carlsen has made about $1 million, about 15 times less than a guy who is much better player than, but who has a much better YouTube channel.
It's all about the eyeballs.
Do you know what Magnus's rating is?
No, but I'm assuming it's way up there. I think he was on one of those.
2839.
He may have been the one. There was a video with Anna where he was playing, where he had like 30 seconds total to play, and she had 90. And it's like, what? Like, how do you play a whole game?
He's a machine, man. The highest I ever got to was 1980.
Oh, and it was a good year too.
That was in 1990. No, 91. In 91, I got to 1980. But I was playing chess like 6 hours a day, every day.
What haven't you totally taken a rabbit hole dive down? And
you see, I'm what you refer to as an OCD person.
Yeah. When you're in it, you're in it.
If I get involved in something, my attention drops off everything else in life and just focus on that one thing until I get to whatever level I feel like I've achieved it. And then very rapidly it goes away, and I have very little interest in continuing with it. This is the problem for somebody with my personality and getting married.
You're like, okay, I got married. I fucked you enough times. I ate your cooking enough time. I'm ready to move on.
I mean, kinda. It's not quite that simple, but the idea that basically we're going to run out of first experiences at some point. And when we run out of first experiences, what's left?
Murder, suicide. There's only that
would be I've done that already.
And it would be a first. You only get your first. Well, okay, maybe if
I've done that already. I just didn't succeed at it. But it's like in a show I was watching last night. one of the lines for this chick was saying, I'm an actress. I've done movies. I've been in plays. I did a snuff film. I've done and the guy's like, what? You've done a snuff film? He says, yeah, but it didn't go well. We didn't end up finishing it.
Didn't work out.
It's like, what? That's a very dark joke, man.
Yes, which is why people that listen to this show would like it.
I did a snuff film, but we kind of failed at it. We didn't finish it.
Yeah, couldn't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks, Mark.
By the way, the show I was watching, I can't believe I didn't discover this sooner, but it is a show called Con Man, done by Alan Tudyk.
Ooh, a Firefly fame.
Every actor in Firefly is in that show.
Nice. So you get a little Nathan Fillion action.
Yeah. If that's your preference out of Firefly, I guess that's sure.
I mean, there's the hot chicks too, but
including what's his face, the producer. Director.
What's his face?
You know who I'm talking about. Who's the director of it? It's the guy who did Buffy the Vampire Slayer too.
Buffy guy.
What is the producer's name? Damn it.
Can I admit I've never seen an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I saw it late. I saw it in reruns. I did not watch it when it was live. I was busy with actual girls back then, but I watched it while I was married.
There were people that have recommended it. Is that like a series you would be like, yeah, that'd be good to watch?
Joss Whedon. That's who I meant. Joss Whedon was the guy who created Firefly and Buffy and a bunch of other shows. But it's funny in this show, he plays a guy standing on the ladder holding a box of fake snow dropping on people. I thought that was very cute. But it's basically, and I think the first episode, the pilot, is probably like 7 minutes long. It is literally Tudyk sitting around between jobs, had nothing to do. And it's like, hey, it'd be funny if I do a show, it's called Con Man. If I do a show about a guy who's an actor or was an actor in a show where he played the pilot of a spaceship, and the show didn't even last a whole season, but now he's been traveling to conventions, hence Con Man, for the last 12 years. So he's been riding this convention train for a decade or more off of a show that didn't even last a season. And he's the pilot in the show. And Nathan Fillion is the captain of the ship in the show. And Joss Whedon is, plays a random dude on a set. It is, I thought, a very, very nice tongue-in-cheek kind of reference thing. So then he did 13 episodes, and then it got picked up for a second season.
Nice. So it's basically art imitating life, imitating art.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's clearly one of these things that started off as a dinner conversation joke. Is like, it'd be funny.
What if we do this?
What if, pretty much. I think that's kind of, and in like, they're not even pretending to do original shit, because in the show, like, Nathan Fillion's character is trying to buy the rights to their show.
We can make a movie.
Which exactly. And that's what season 2 is like. He's like, we're going to make a movie.
That's hilarious.
I know, right?
Sometimes the simplest ideas, kids, don't just discount them. But again, thanks to Mark Hodra, 333 twice. That's 666, not satanic at all. And Scott Gorman, who came in with $2.50 twice, $5. Thank you. And then
going once, $5, going once, going twice.
Sold to Scott Gorman. And that's then right. Weirdo came in with $13.33, which was probably worth a lot more. It's his name, Weirdo, WIIRDO, Weirdo. It's a great name. $13.33. Sats were worth a lot more, I think, when this came in. But he says that the eggs in his area are $3 a dozen, 4 to 6
that's
for
not
the
bad at all.
Good eggs. And you can get a 60 count box of off-brand eggs for $10.
So how much are the good eggs?
He also said 12 for some eggs is fucking insane. I think that's what you were saying it was in Austin.
Yeah, that's for the premium, like, your chickens are walked on a leash kind of eggs.
Which I think around him, and he's out in like Kansas or somewhere like that, if I remember right.
Cheap there. Yeah.
$4 to $6 for the good eggs. So the high.
Okay. 4 to 6. So the same price. It's $5 for, because I get good eggs. I don't buy premium eggs. So I get, wild roaming, cage free, natural, grain fed chicken eggs. I don't get we massage our chickens and walk them on the leash eggs.
We give them massages. We rub them down.
Yeah, I don't get the really premium stuff, which is right now I think about $1 an egg.
Don't you have chickens in the backyard? But I remember
for most of my life, it's maybe sad to say that, but I remember eggs were 39 cents a dozen.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember going to Costco when it wasn't really that odd.
Under $1.
Yeah.
Well under $1.
So everything kind of goes that Overton window keeps getting pushed.
Mm-hmm.
People know that's normal. But yeah, time is
I'm sure people these days think that like $3 for a dozen eggs is not a bad price.
Like that's a bargain. Well, that's because all these things, like these stupid little probiotic sodas that my wife likes, the Olipop or whatever it is, $2.65 a can. Shit, man. When I was
that's crazy.
When you and I were both like 15, you could, for $3, you would get 24 cans of your favorite soft drink.
Mm.
Now this like, it's very, very, very expensive. Yeah, we got to put, gonna put some probiotics in here. It's very expensive. Some extra fiber, expensive. But people spend crazy amounts of money. And I've noticed that as not even the coffee bean game. Once I started grinding my own coffee, it's like I've tried everything from the more expensive stuff down to the Meyer store brand and like the huge fucking bag with almost no artwork on it, just, coffee. And it's like,
okay, I pulled up an interesting stat. So maybe I was off on 39 cents because I thought it was 39 cents, but I
You're
guess
thinking of like watching Dobie Gillis on reruns.
Well, I was thinking to my actual youth, not my pretend youth, I guess. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. In the 40s.
Exactly. That's late 40s, please. So in 1992, the price of eggs in the country averaged 86 cents per dozen, which is equivalent to $2.82 in today's dollars.
Which is right where it's at.
Well, not really. It's double that.
If you get a chicken.
I mean, okay. So I suppose the eggs in 1992 were not like, organically fed natural chicken walking around the sunshine eggs. But I guess you can probably find eggs for $2.82 a dozen, right? In your little village there.
Yeah, because I mean, it was.
What's the absolute shittiest? Like, go to Walmart.com and see what the price of local eggs is.
Well, I mean, Walmart. We don't even have to go to Walmart. I think buying them in the 2 dozen, like I said, that you're getting
but that's
a little
different.
bit.
I'm trying to compare a dozen to a dozen. Like, I don't have the price.
Well, you can have them.
They probably were cheaper at 2 dozen back then too.
True, but it's about the same as what you would get. So you're saying just a straight dozen? Theirs is
dozen to dozen is the best comparison. Yeah,
the Meyer brand.
Okay, here we go. Walmart,
$2.49.
Cheapest eggs I can get in Walmart are $1.97 a dozen.
It's $2.49 a dozen for the Meyer brand eggs.
Okay,
and looking for the other ones that
these are
have.
Walmart brand eggs from Walmart Farms.
And they also have Penny Smart eggs, which are $1.99. That's the cheapest. $1.99 a dozen.
Yeah.
But you know what? A thing of Irish butter from Kerrygold is like $7. So I mean, there's.
Don't buy that.
Yeah, I know.
There's a video I watched that talked about how Kerrygold butter is not what it was 20 years ago. It is chock full of fake shit these days.
We get the version from Aldi.
Yeah, that's chock full of fake things. That's why it's sold at Aldi.
But it's way cheaper. And Chillin' Owl.
Exactly. It has no actual butter in it.
Chillin' Owl came in with $9.77, and I think he got this pretty much. That would be Satoshi, so that's under $1.
Oh, okay. I was all excited. $9.
I
Pretty
know.
good. Somebody got $9. What's going on here?
But I think he explained the show well by saying 2 grumpy old white dudes yelling at the cloud while doing online grocery shopping, somehow part medical, part tech, part society culture, part financial. Bullocks, but occasionally entertaining.
It's a complete stream of consciousness with no interruptions. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Exactly. That is the whole way we've positioned it from day one as the Seinfeld of podcasting. You never know what he's going to get.
We haven't said that for a while. It's time to re-say that, I think.
Because Seinfeld, people know
podcast.
If you're boomers. I mean, everybody knows Seinfeld, right?
Yeah, of course.
And CSB also says, thank you.
Ooh, I think egg prices went down.
CSB just came in with 1,000 Satoshis, 1,015. He says thanks. And the one and only NetNed came in with 10,000 Satoshis, which used to be $10, but now it's a little under. And he just says it's an M5 boost. So,
fucker.
I know that there was also somebody that came in. It was a Troll Bridge who came in to the troll room. I think it was during No Agenda and sent me a private message that was like, oh, dude, I don't know how to get a hold of Gene, but that keep the motherboard that he really, really wants. It's on a good sale.
It's on sale, man. It's on sale. Yeah, I know.
Did you buy one?
I'm not buying a $1,000 motherboard right now.
Well, okay? 1, why is it the ultimate motherboard? And 2, why is it $1,000?
It's literally called blah, 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 God, or godlike. Godlike is in the name of the motherboard. It is an exceptionally good motherboard. It says 5 SSD slots, and 2 of those are the new 5 M.2.5 standard. So they're like 80 megabit speed. And
that's nice. You can run basically a RAID inside your own machine.
There's zero reason to do that, but yes. And so 5 slots, it's got 14 USB slots, including 9 USB-C slots at high speed on the outside, on the back of it.
And why do you need that? What would you ever use that for?
I have about 20 USB devices plugged in right now into my computer. Now, the only way I can do that is using hubs.
That's what I do.
I have multiple hubs plugged in. But with that motherboard, because the thing with hubs is none of them are actually high speed. Like, they're reasonably high, but you're limited to the speed of the port shared between all the crap in the hub. So as long as you're plugging in things like mice and keyboards, it doesn't matter because they're all low speed. Or Steam Decks. But as soon as you start plugging in things that actually move data, the hub's just not a good solution. It's got to be plugged in direct.
So it's the M2 form factor on the drives, Void's asking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just sent you a picture, by the way, too. So check your signal.
Of my eggs?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen those, the organic, that same brand with
price. They're on sale.
$9.49 on sale, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pull up my Firefox here again.
That is a very good sale price, I think, for them.
For them.
Yeah.
But in reality, what is the price that you should be paying for them? That is the question. I mean,
that's my price at my local store. So, which is $9.49 right now, is going to be roughly $3.80 per dozen in 1992, which is a lot of money for eggs.
Well, yeah, you can't go back in time.
Yeah.
Let me get to I've got like 8,000 screens open here.
Can't you really, though?
Is this what I just had here? I think, here. I want to send this over to Gene then. This is captivating radio.
Okay. Yeah. There's nothing better to have on the radio than somebody talking about visual things.
That's our grocery
without
store.
being able to describe them, because he has holy shit.
I know.
That looks like that's almost the same. That's not the same box. These are just pasture raised, not organic pasture raised.
Very close.
It's the same brand, but it's let me see if I can find these.
Is there a difference between the
obviously
pasture raised?
There's a price difference. Yeah. Here, let me send you. I got these as well. I got your eggs.
I got your eggs, and I'll up you for the grass.
I got your eggs right here.
Grass-fed. They also have that same place, grass-fed salted butter. So, I mean, there's that.
Ooh. Yeah, grass-fed butter is the best butter because butter likes to eat grass.
I mean, it is buttery good.
I after making butter at home from scratch, I realized that
too much
you
work.
get spoiled.
Yeah.
No, it is a ton of work, but it tastes so good.
That is true. The freshest stuff is always the best.
Well, that's why I have a centrifuge.
Well, everybody
that
needs
uranium.
one.
But other than, because it's centrifuges make great butter.
What else can you make in there?
Anyway.
I mean, you've got the butter guy, you've got the caviar guy.
I am the butter guy, man.
You had the boat guy that didn't last. You had the convertible girl, and then you had no convertible.
Dude, the boat is nothing compared to airplanes. I was talking with Adam about different planes, and he's like, yeah, the problem with even the cheap jet is the hourly cost of the damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost $2,000 per hour just to break even to fly it.
And I've been watching a bunch of videos from a guy named Hoover who does the pilot debriefs on YouTube.
Oh. Yeah.
Which also will make you never want to get into a small plane because they're a majority are about small planes that went down.
Oh, really?
And pilot error and all sorts of, which is why they're doing the debrief. Like, oh, you need to know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Aviation is not for people that are not good at it.
I don't know if I can even fly a plane right now. It's been so many years since I've flown a virtual cockpit.
Well, this is also that's the interesting parts of this guy's videos are the stories when, like, one woman, I don't even understand the odds of this happening. Right on takeoff, her father, who was the pilot of the plane, became unresponsive. Yes.
Yeah.
And while she's talking, luckily she was sitting in the right seat. Yeah. And she was talking to ground control. Her mother starts exhibiting the very similar and ends up passing out. So ground control's like, you must have like carbon monoxide or something because, the pilot went down, her mother went down.
Oof.
And they talked her down. She was able to land the plane. They did. And she had a little bit of flight experience in a different plane and was able to land the plane safely.
Oh, well, that's good.
Both of her parents had simultaneous strokes and died within the week.
Okay. Clearly, there's an inheritance twist here.
It's like, okay, it's really bad luck when one parent dies of a stroke. When both of them have the stroke hit them within like 20 minutes of each other.
What did she inject into her parents?
I don't know. But that has to be a whole new level of, you go up in a plane with 3 people and it's like, everybody's fucking dying around me.
Well, that's what she'd like you to think.
Right, of course. This is all pre-planned. You never know.
Nobody's there. It's just her word, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure there was some autopsies done after, but I'm surprised it wasn't like, well, they fell out of the plane.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, that wasn't screaming you heard. No, there was something totally different. But I don't know. At 6'6", and I know that's the height of the Podfather, going in small planes, it just feels wrong.
I think the planes aren't that small. Oh, I mean, they are small, but they have a lot of headroom. I know that for sure some of the planes that I've seen, like that are private aviation, I would not fit in, just from a fatness standpoint.
Gene's like, I need the extra wide lazy boy.
I need the plane that's made, for somebody with a little more comfort. And the last private plane that I was in was one of these French turboprop things. I can't remember. It was like a TVR or TBR or something like that. And it was right on the edge. And then this is considered a large small plane or large single engine plane, the turboprop. But like I would not want to fly in this thing for 6 hours. I would much rather take commercial.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people, well, the plane was $2 million. Like the guy that bought it because he didn't like flying commercial. I don't think, I get the idea that you can fly yourself and that's cool and everything. However, I don't think the comfort was there. At least I didn't feel it. Plus, you get tossed around a lot more in a small plane. I mean, I guess you don't have to go through, customs and PSA and stuff.
Yeah, much easier to evade local authorities, that kind of thing. Yeah,
but other than that, I don't know, man. I like doing other stuff like watching movies when I'm in a plane, not flying.
Yeah, because then you'll go right into that mountain.
Yeah, because I used to love Flight Simulator 10 or X, which was like 15 years ago now, or 20 years ago probably now. Yeah, 20 years ago. Did a lot of hours in that. I think I probably had about 8,000 hours in that thing. But I don't think I could do that anymore. I think I've kind of moved on with my interest level from space or from planes to space. I'm much more interested in, flying on a rocket than I am an airplane.
That would make sense. And I hope everybody has themselves a good Black Friday next week. I think we'll take next week off. The day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah, the wife's off.
I may not even be home yet. I don't even know.
So everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving. Don't do anything Gene wouldn't do.
So basically, they can do anything they want.